if you get bent down and get it.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Marcus, for fishing.
That's left-handed.
You are recovering the fish and hold on the line. You stop. The fish comes closer, and you recover more
Pulls it down and
more line. You know?
reels him in.
An automatic fish reel.
Automatic.
I
fish
have
reel.
done that with a window shade roller.
Okay.
What's that? What's that shell tuna? Something about the tuna?
Yeah.
Charlie the tuna?
No, it's a show that comes on.
Wicked tuna?
Wicked tuna. Yes, wicked tuna.
Wicked.
That's right. There you go. That's the sale. Probably not enough. Not enough back in on that thing though. I got a piece in my mouth already.
There's an apartment complex just
This way.
north of Galbraith Road on Hamilton Avenue called Lake of the Woods. And my grandmother was right down the street from that. I remember going fishing there, and we found a shade roller, and that'll work, and it did. I was fishing with her neighbor, and they had a pool, and we caught this catfish that was about that big. I don't know, probably 5 pounds, 6 maybe. We took it back and released it in the pool.
Andy just keeps going down the table. You wanna go around the room while Marcus is getting set up? There, Mr. Jim. Jim.
Wake up, Jim.
I'm trying to think of anything I got this week. I'm Jim. My project this week was my wonderful light bulb that I got from my floodlight last week. It was a long glass tube. The tube is too big around to fit in the receptacle.
Oh,
So this way?
I'm
Go
Ken.
that way, yeah.
I'm here.
Go that way. Oh, you're gonna do it. Oh, we'll do it that way.
Yeah, we'll do it that way.
Easier.
I bought a book this week, Julia Language, and I found out on the internet that Julia, real big Julia, has come out with a book. It's 1,200 pages. It's much better, more complete than this, and it's free. But I like the skinnier one. I can't read 1,200 pages of anything. I don't think.
The Julia Language Handbook, is that for?
Julia is a language that's similar to Python, but they try to make it easier for users and less for programmers. You can make it into a spreadsheet, do all the things you do in a spreadsheet, and fill the boxes with the formulas and all that sort of thing, and have it go through and do stuff for you. I don't know,
so it's like,
anyway.
Julia. Julia. I've never heard of Julia.
I've heard of it.
MIT is doing it, writing it. And they got a lot of volunteers.
And usually the output is a spreadsheet, is a form.
Well, it just does the things that you could do on a spreadsheet, but it doesn't. It's not really quite the thing, is it? You can just name all of the boxes and say, X3 goes in.
You can design just a form to create any solution of whatever you want. Formulas and stuff.
I don't think it'd be used very much for spreadsheets. More for
Wow, it is new. Very new. Oh my God. What is it? Oh. What is it?
That is.
The new Grand Puba.
Oh, it's your turn. You have to say who you are.
Who are you,
No,
Vincent?
nobody knows who you are.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Yes.
That can't be true. You're always doing something.
Yeah, but it's too much different stuff. Trying to
Too many shining objects. Shiny objects.
Too many shiny
Goes from one
objects.
to the X.
I'm Leroy. I'm in charge of this mess, and this is my new robot that, if we've got time, we'll play with. And if we don't have time, then we'll play with it next week.
There you go.
This looks very powerful.
So it's got LiDAR and the Mecum wheels. I've got a remote for it, and it's using a ESP32 inside of a M5 stack.
But this is in the way of the LiDAR, right?
Yeah, well,
It only uses the front scan.
yeah. Yeah, and if we get a chance to play with it, you can see how it does that. But I'm guessing I haven't really looked at the software too close yet because I just got this a couple of days ago. So I'm guessing that it assumes this is the backside, and that's it.
A lot of power.
Cool.
The only thing that I don't particularly like about it is where the power switch is. That's the power switch.
Be better.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah, it would be better if it was back here or
Oh shoot! Did I bring the
something. But okay, you're up, Mr. Steve.
Ought to be able to move that. I'm Steve. Got my
I want it down.
The I was going to say the other thing. You remember the one from last week where the wheels they weren't really free wheels. I mean that one you can actually push it and see how it's going.
yeah. These are different wheels.
Different wheel. Well, yes and no.
Not the same wheels.
They're not the same wheels. They're different. They're different.
You did the woodwork.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay, this little guy's
A
heavy.
little bit. I don't have.
'Cause
a-
he's-
I don't.
he's not
I don't
using
have
cheap-
a fancy dancy.
He's not using
3D
the
printer.
cheap motors
So I
either.
have,
He's
I have to
using
resort to
Yeah.
the old.
he's
wood,
using like steppers.
wood.
It's a dual ball bearing support for each axle. She
Like,
I don't know where I got that wood
$400
from.
robot.
I had it in the basement. I don't know where to find it anymore.
She's like,
I
oh,
got
well,
that,
this.
that wood.
okay.
I
How much of
probably
that
got
is the
that wood
LiDAR?
20 something years ago.
Wow.
The
I have
LiDARs
no idea
are
where I got it from.
relatively
it's
expensive.
dry enough.
Between,
Yeah,
between
I had no idea
100
where I
and
got it from, but
$150.
it's already beveled
It won't
edges.
change.
Yeah, it's
But me
lightweight.
and me and Patty added up the parts, and
So it is.
we were like,
Yeah,
yeah.
some kind
I
of
mean, they
heat
are charging a
something
little
like that.
tiny bit more than what
You know,
you could
I'm
get
not
the
that-
parts,
I
sorts
don't
of
know.
parts for.
Actually, don't know.
But
It
they're also
feels like
putting it
because it's so
together for you.
lightweight.
So.
But I have no idea. I
And the
have no
little,
idea where to
the
get it
little
from.
tiny bit more, a little tiny bit more is only like
Might
$40
smell like oil.
from what we
Yeah,
can
it's
tell.
gonna-
So it's
I
not
got
like they're
that.
overcharging for this thing.
oh,
I probably had that.
See, they're used to smell.
Yeah.
It's very soft to work with.
Hi, Leroy.
Hi, Marcus.
Did you guys hear about the vulnerability for ESP32s and
Yeah.
8266?
Yeah.
And did you need to reflash the? Have you done it yet? I haven't played with.
I've also read that unless you're really doing something
Yeah.
intensive or important, it's one of those vulnerabilities that's just there.
Yeah, I know. And then I saw it and I said, okay, maybe one day I'll just start playing with it just to flash the
Yeah.
you know the not the source code but the firmware. So, but anyway, I'm Marcus, and I'm going to pass these around. This is actually a clock, and I'll plug it in a little later. But I'm going to go through my PowerPoint, which I normally do, which hopefully doesn't bore you. The reason why I do that is because I'm not real good at impromptu going through code and all that stuff. So I
Off the
typically
off the cuff kind of stuff.
yeah, like you do. I can't. I'm not very good. at that.
That's not one of those binary things, is it?
Yeah. So that's actually that's a scrolling. It uses 8 actual 64 LED displays, so it actually scrolls through. And well, I'll explain what it is as I go through. But pass those around, and I actually forgot. I just meant to bring 2 adapters.
And
There's a lot of LEDs.
did you build the?
I did. I built the frame.
You built the frame and
yeah.
The
And
proto board.
Yep, the proto board is, if you guys remember, I went to, it's piece J, what is it, JLLPC?
PCC one something.
Exactly, yeah, and I got these in
No PCB way is the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
And not
The thing that,
the purple one is
this is not the purple one.
the purple one is very expensive.
Yeah,
And
this
I
is,
spend more days waiting.
yeah, the one that's in actually that, I think that one, there's one in Europe.
Oshawa Park or Ocean Park or something.
Yeah, the ones in Europe that I used the first time, and then I went to these. They actually have online. You can go actually design
I
your
sent
circuit
both
board.
of them the same board,
Yeah.
the same day, and the Chinese one came a week before, costing half.
Yeah, it costs
the
half,
same
right.
thing, and the
Yep.
quality was perfect.
Yeah, and but that's just all it is just straight lines across all the connections. Each one of the I don't know, banks are basically connected. And so
You made yourself like a breadboard.
yeah, it's a quick thing. I mean, you don't usually have a lot of connections,
Yeah.
so it just you do that and
But you do cut whatever you want. Or
yeah, I don't even cut it. See, in this case, it's just see how that's an H2. Of course, you got to mount it. I really like to mount it that way, but couldn't do it. so I mounted that way and just mounted this actual board. The whole thing comes
They're
out.
using a
with the
couple of
display.
lines to drive the display.
Yeah, four. Just basically four. Yeah, 4 lines. Totally
But
4
power
lines.
and
Power. Yeah.
clock and data.
You have data, VCC, ground, and then you have a select. It's like a select line, and then you have the data. So that's it. So pretty.
That's at least a 3-layer board.
No, that's actually That's only up 1, 2. Oh,
It
I don't
doesn't
know.
have the traces on either side.
Yeah, it
It's
actually
got to
does.
be in the middle.
No, I think they coated over it. I think they coated over because I can if you scratch a little bit because I have to like break a trace because and
Yeah,
it,
you can see the traces
Yeah.
right here.
yeah, I think they
Okay.
coated over with the whatever they use, but
Huh.
yeah, I've taken an X-Acto knife and didn't have to go very far to break the trace. So, but yeah, I mean
That's pretty nice.
yeah, I think it was like. I like to say the shipping was more. I tell you, and I ain't playing. The shipping was more expensive than the boards, and I actually got 20 boards, and so I was like, it's enough. After a while, you start put these wires together. It's like a no-brainer to do that. So anyway, so what I'm going to talk about. This is actually inspired by Leroy. Leroy inspired me because he brought in the displays of the 64 LED displays modules, and so. The thing that I was impressed about is the fact that number one, you were doing over-the-air transfer, and then you also were using the file system, the file system where you can actually store information on the file system to sort of remember stuff. So with that said, first I'm gonna plug those in eventually, but I want to go through and just sort of give you an idea of what I was trying to do.
There they are.
Yeah, there they are. So this is
Oh.
that's the display. And this actually is a clock. It actually has a little colon in there, but
And you found green ones. I could not find the green ones.
You know what? This is gonna be really funny. I never realized that those, when you get those red displays, that they actually will filter out all the green. So actually, both of these no, this actually is smoked glass, but I actually made 2 of the scrolling things, and I made one green and one red, and it's like, so I ordered the red, it's like a plexiglass almost, but I ordered that from China. It got in, I had all red. I'm doing my green. So you put those on over the green. It's gone. I mean, it's absolutely gone. It's not dim. It is all the way gone.
Oh my gosh, it broke! I broke it! I broke it!
And you have to laugh when that happens, right? I mean, it's like you do it. Oh, you gotta be kidding! That actually it filtered out all the green. So I actually had to end up. I had some old red stuff, some really thick stuff down in my basement that I ended up using, but. But that was pretty
Now you're
interesting.
going to have to share where you found the green LEDs because
Okay.
The matrix is
Yeah, because I couldn't find it. I was looking for.
Yeah, and actually, I went back once I started the project. I went back and reordered. So I'll send you. I'll post it actually. I'll post it with the project
That'll
somewhere.
work.
But because I went back and ordered the same thing, and the funny thing about it, you know, by the time they came, I couldn't remember what I ordered. I didn't know if I ordered green, red, or whatever. I didn't know what I ordered. So it turned out is that they put a little dot on it. They put a little dot on the green. And so when I put two of those displays together, because they come in groups of four, and so you have to solder them together. And when I put it together, you already know. I had one green, one red, yeah. So I had one green, one red. They have a faint, and I can't see it, but on the top of each one, they have like a faint color. And if you want, so as soon as you put your finger on it, it's gone. So mine was like, they have a little, it's a serial number, I guess, you know, a part number. But as soon as you put your hand on it, it's gone. And so I guess, and I didn't pay attention to it. I just put the thing together and said, okay, make sure it's up. You know, they're both, you know, upright, and that was it. And it's like, oh, okay. What?
He took the project one step or several steps further because he's got 8 going on instead of 4.
Yeah, and it was that simple though. You know,
Yeah,
just go in and
just
change
plug
it.
it in,
Yeah. So anyway, so moving right along. So the scrolling thing again is just, I'm basically just matching up 2 of the displays, and I put the pricing down there, believe it or not. So and it's rough. You know, the 8266 is about $3. The PCs, they would have been a lot cheaper if I didn't add in the cost of shipping, but I did. And the displays, those are about $4 a piece for the displays, for the 4 module displays. The plexiglass and the wood was actually nothing, but the plexiglass was, you know, turned out to be around $4 for that particular one. And if you just throw out the wall transformer, you know, you end up with around $16. So you know, $18, yeah, $18. So so that's that one. That's the display, and again, I'll explain a little more once I plug it in. But same, and then of course, you know, basically the same structure, just one display less. And it actually is different. It is more a different software I used for that. So for the clock. And now we'll go through my code. See, this is how I do code because I can't do a Leroy. I have to.
He does code the way I learned to do code,
Yes.
but I don't do it like this.
This is how I learned to do it. But
Yeah.
I never used them.
Yeah, what I try to do is though, just so, and it's more than just the fact that I don't want to go through the code. It just, I know we have different groups of people in here, so you know the code sort of makes sense.
The printer box is the display.
That's right, exactly. So you figured
Yeah,
that one out.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So basically, the thing that's nice about it, and I don't know, Leroy probably ran into it, is that, and I've never used it before, is this wireless manager, which allows you to do. It actually goes out and looks for the wireless connection, the last wireless connection that was connected. If it doesn't find it, it'll convert your 8266 into a
Access point.
access point
To
to an access
reprogram
point, so you can program it in. So that and that was again one of the things I saw that you did. I said, wow, I got to do that.
I remember I did that by hand.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Right.
But now there is a library just to do
Oh,
that.
I know. It's just, and it works. I mean, it just works. It just works. And so once it does that, it allows you to actually put in individual fields. They call them parameters. You put in extra fields. And what I did is I put in 2 fields to allow me to set up my my broker, my MQTT broker. So it actually comes up, and I'll show you how it looks on the screen. But it actually will bring in, and you put the broker in there just in case it can't find the broker. Now, I didn't code everything, so, you know, it goes actually, if it doesn't find a broker, it's broke.
How you go into the mode? Suppose that your device looking in the network,
Right.
But you want to modify the broker or any other stuff in your
How do you
How
go
are
into?
you forced to go to this?
You can force it. There's a and I forget what it's called, but you can set up a true or it's a binary, it's a boolean. You can set
with
that.
a button or something? Or
Well, you can exactly. You can actually do it.
ask for.
You can,
for a
yeah.
manual.
If you wanted to, you can program it to do that.
You want to go
Yeah,
there.
I put it in. I actually put it in. It's just basically the text file. What's the text file? The text file. The help. The .h file. So I put it in there.
Ah,
So,
you put, okay.
yeah, so I'll go in. I'll
And
go
you can
change
modify
that.
the text file.
Yeah, but that's a better way to do it. I mean, yeah, because then you just have the
You can
button.
do
say-
whatever in
yeah,
the field.
and you may like it. In this case, you can actually have it inside the box, so you have to take it apart. So if you actually have this out and somebody's actually
But
using
if you do it over the air, it doesn't matter if you.
right, but again, if you do it over the air, it sort of sets the developer up as the person. Like, what if you give it to somebody, like my daughter has a store, and I say, okay, I'll give you, you can put one of this on.
Try to modify it and turns off the
So
the network.
you
first.
set up a web page,
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
and
yeah,
you can
yeah. It's
set up a form to.
yeah, it's endless the things that you can do. Once you get to the point like, and I thought
But
about the
you need to
button.
work as an access point for that.
No, you can set a web page up once it's got its.
How you interact with it.
You just you just go to its IP address. Mine flashed the IP address
Okay.
across it,
And,
and you just
And
go to
you
the
have
IP
a-
address.
and that's basically what that Wi-Fi manager does, and I'll show you what the screen looks like. It does it because I have to go to the browser and put in the address, which they have a default address, and I just kept the default address. And so yeah, it's the same thing. It has a little small web page coded in your code, and it brings up. So it's pretty.
It's already, since you've got the Wi-Fi manager, you've already got the
The SP32 use the same.
the Wi-Fi server.
Right, the
The
server.
server
Right.
already is running there. You just have to change
SP32
it.
has used the same library.
No, the 32 is it's got a different Wi-Fi manager for the 32. It's based on this manager, but it works a little bit different.
Okay.
Okay, so if it finds this Wi-Fi, if it doesn't find this Wi-Fi stuff, it goes over here and actually going to display this, which you'll see. It actually displays that, so it keeps that, and that's that's sort of the fun part about it. It actually, when I first started working with it, I said, okay, it's sitting there. How do I know what it's doing? I know it's waiting on me. And so the thing that's cool is on the display, it actually puts this on the display, and it scrolls it across, and it stops at a certain point and it just stays there until you actually give it a valid Wi-Fi router connection. So once it does that, it goes through it, or it resets the AP mode, opens the Wi-Fi, and allows you to put the broker information in. Again, I'll show you what that looks like. Let's see, data screen entry is saved. Oh yeah, and this is the nice part too, because it actually not only saves the information for your Wi-Fi connection, also in this case, I have it so it saves my MQTT broker IP address. And so anyway, this is one of the things that I talked about this not last week, week before last, is that one of the things I noticed is that your 8266 is broadcasting even though you can't connect to its actual Wi-Fi, it's not set up as an access point. Well, even though it's not set up as an access point, it's still broadcasting its SSID, which is kind of kooky. So I was like, dang, I gotta get rid of those, because I was looking at my phone, I have all these where's these things coming from? And so finally I started looking it up, and they have a flag in there that you can basically set the flag and it goes away. So it's pretty easy to do. Okay, once it gets finished with all of this stuff of setting the Wi-Fi up, it actually goes in and now it'll check and see if I've set a flag to do an over the air signal. Also, I display that also. I display the fact that it's over the air. It actually waits 30 seconds, so it sits in that loop for 30 seconds, and if it gets a indication that's over the air connection, then it'll go through this, update the current code, and then it'll go down here. If not, it'll just continue down, display this, and it just goes in its regular life. And the thing I have it set for on the scrolling anyway is that I can change the message that come across at any time by the MQTT pub sub. So I have it in here. It subscribes to a certain, and I didn't show it here, but it subscribes to a certain topic. And so if I publish to that topic with a message, it'll change the message. So unfortunately I can't show that. I couldn't get my phone set up right. It was too slow, and I just couldn't get it to work. I played with it for a little while, and then I just gave up. So okay, I'll just guess I'll take my word for it to work. So this is basically what happens. So and again I should be able to show this. But that's the display. It comes across. It shows this ESP8266 and AP. So it's actually waiting for the Wi-Fi connection. But this is the screen right here. What you were talking about. Oops, sorry. Where's my mouse? Where's my cursor? Cursor's gone. Number two. number two is that basically web page that comes up. So in this case it's 92.168.4.1. So I put that in, and that actually comes up. So it allows me to go in and configure, going from 2 to 3. It'll actually show all the Wi-Fi access points that are available. And then so here is where you you select the SSID, and then you put the password in. And then here is where this is the customization. This right here is hard-coded into that Wi-Fi manager. This down here is what I put in to give me
a couple of fields that you can access from your
right. Yeah. So what I did is that in this right here, you're normally going to put this in and you just type over it. But what I did is I put this in as just the label, and then I put the actual broker IP address down here. Then you hit save. And that's it. If it doesn't work, just hit scan again, and it'll rescan it. So it's actually pretty
you
nice.
have some safety thing. You put your password there also.
Yeah.
For your MQTT.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't actually. I have my broker, so I don't have to put a password in right now.
But
Yeah.
usually.
I could. Yeah, I could actually put a password in there too. I mean, you basically put anything in there you want. I don't know I didn't read what the limitations were of how many fields you can have. So I didn't see a limitation, but I'm sure it'll get pretty goofy if you get too much in there. But again, you can see some of I think these are actually these two ESPs right here. These two access points right here are actually out in the garage. Those, remember I created those where I could push the button to turn the lights on in the garage, and they're actually those Sonoffs. So they're actually in there, and I'm not going to take those out and put and recode them. And unfortunately, I didn't do over the air on that at that point.
Yeah.
So this is actually the first time I've done over the air. I did it.
It's nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually done it and actually worked. I put it together at one point. I can't remember why it didn't work, but I was using two different modalities within the 82s, and it wouldn't work using that other thing that I was using. I can't for life of me remember what it was though. So anyway, so basically to get the scrolling updated, basically you guys have seen this picture 800 times, but basically I use this MQTT-FX. You ever seen that, Leroy? But it's actually, and actually I can show that in real time. But I use that to actually do most of my testing. So it will actually do pub and sub. You do pub and sub, so you can actually.
It's client on the PC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a client on the PC. So I basically use that as the test. So this is a publish. So I publish to my broker. This is just my standard broker that's always running in my house. And then I publish to the scrolling 8266, and it flashes. And then the thing that I haven't gotten figured out is like what'll happen is I haven't been able to get it to refresh, just stop, and then start from scratch. So what happens is that when it comes in, it may stop in the middle of the message and just cut it off. And then the new message will slowly come in, and then it'll refresh the whole screen. And after that, everything's okay. But I'm sure I can. I'm sure it's in the code somewhere. I just didn't take the time to really go in and clean it up. So, okay. So, the code for this is actually. Let me see if I can bring up our website. But I posted the code in our project, and actually, if you go into the project of the website and you click on where it shows it actually shows a link to the code. So the code is stored in the file system, but if you go into the project and you click on, I linked it. So if you click on the link, it goes over to the file system, and then you can download the code from there if you need it. Just spoof
Is
it
to
all.
have a single place where all the files.
Yeah, all the files are over here, but so in order to bring the stuff that's in project so you can get to the code easily, it allows you to link it within within Wix. So that was another, you keep learning as you go.
The same happens with pictures.
You can do it that way if you want,
The picture is-
but you can put the pictures. The pictures that we put in are just copied and pasted in.
Okay, there are actually in the file system or no?
No, they're in the
Just put them in the.
In your
they're in the blob. I'm not blob.
Yeah.
The forums and or
The forum
the project.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So let me show really quick that thing I think I brought. Oh yeah, there it is down here. So this is, I can't demonstrate it, but this is the thing I use to test my MQT. You can do the publish here. I can't connect to a broker, so it's not going to let me connect to a broker.
Look at him all fancy with a GUI and everything.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
I go command line. I'm old school.
Yeah.
This is a Windows machine, right?
Yeah. That's a Windows application that allows you to, and it's of course a freebie. Yeah, FX, and it works pretty good, and it has a log. It'll show you, and if you're doing subscribe down here, so here it'll show the actual when it gets a topic, when it finds a topic, it'll print the topic here, and then it'll also show the payload down here of that topic.
You need to put something in your broker to recognize this thing?
No, you actually just publish. You subscribe, and if once you subscribe to it up here, this is the address to the broker.
Okay.
So and then the broker is set up. So right here, okay. So you can see, there's my standard broker, right? That's my broker at home.
But from here you can see all the settings of your network.
What do you mean?
I know who is the publisher or the topics or.
Oh, I haven't been able to.
Some kind of management of the network. Right?
So what okay? So if I have this broker sitting here, and I do a subscribe. So inside that broker, there's sort of an address that says that every time someone publishes to that, it goes here.
Yeah.
No, you can't. I can't go into the broker and see all the things that actually been,
I need some kind of manager,
Right.
to do all
Yeah,
this stuff.
it's just kind of weird how the brokers work there. I mean, they work pretty well, but you always think that this thing's going to get inundated with so many.
I think I'm not positive. You might try it when you get home. But if you subscribe to the root topic, I think it will show you everything.
No, that's true. That's actually true. But the problem is with that, it's not going to show them until someone actually
posts.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's true. You're right. Exactly, 100%.
I think if you post to the or
it
if
has
you
wild
subscribe
cards,
to the,
right?
to the
Some
root
kind of
topic,
monitor
you'll see
button.
everything.
Yeah, and this actually is pretty nice because you can do a scan here. So
Of
you
topics?
you can do scans of all topics. So I can scan to the broker and see everything that's coming into that broker. But again, it has to be somebody has to actually to initiate a
Okay,
publish.
you only see activity. You cannot go and to figure out what's going.
Right.
Who is subscribing to what and.
If you're he's using a private broker, and if you're using a public broker, you can subscribe to the root topic,
And you can
and
see
you'll
everything.
see everything
Oh my
because
God,
there's
that's
thousands
crazy.
of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, what is the name?
Like Hive MQ
Hive, yeah,
or
yeah,
Mosquito
exactly.
or
Right.
there's a half a dozen of them. But if you really want to see what's going on, you subscribe to the root topic.
All right, kids. I'll plug this
Okay.
thing in.
So the clock that you've got,
Yes.
is it just a clock?
Nope. Okay, I'll plug the clock in first.
Plug the clock in.
I've got a USB cord if you need.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, well, yeah. Okay, so.
Green.
Hey, you.
He found the
Looks
green.
nice. Your plexiglass is gray or is
No, this is like smoke. It's
Smoke,
yeah.
yeah.
smoke?
Okay, so there's it's waiting for the Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
So let's see, what do we have in here?
Neck gear
Okay.
is the one.
And I'll go to my phone and it'll, let's see.
Everybody will do it. Everybody.
Yeah, really, that's right. Yeah, screw me up. Go ahead, screw me up, guys. Sorry.
People have messed with me like that before. Why not mess with Marcus?
Yeah, that's right. Why not?
How long does it take for it to time out?
Actually, it doesn't
It
time
doesn't
right.
time
Yeah,
out.
it doesn't time out. Now on the over the air updates,
Mhm.
I set that for 30 seconds. So anyway, if it doesn't see an over the air, because I mean, you're not going to be most of the time. I'm not going to be doing it over there, but it has to check for the over the air. So that stays around 30 seconds. I have 30 seconds for it to pick up something that you're
No,
trying.
I meant when it first comes up, when it's looking for its recognized AP.
Oh, it
it's-
stays there forever. It will right now. It will stay there until I give it something.
It didn't take it
Is
very.
it
It didn't take
looking
it very
again-
long.
If you had it at home, it's looking for your home access
Excellent.
point.
No, if it found it, it's done.
But if it didn't find it when it first
What?
powered up,
It
does it scan periodically to see if it?
It
No.
just well, the thing is, it's basically in a loop now. It's in a loop within.
Go for
It's in
another
a
one.
loop within the library that I'm using.
Okay.
It's actually in a loop that this will stay here. No, it won't time out.
the
That won't
only
time
the
out.
only time the only way to get if he took that back home right now,
Mhm.
he would have to hit the reset button or something to get it to reconnect to his home network.
Okay.
Right.
Make sure you have a good router.
If it was still on. If
Yeah.
we left it powered on and took it all the way back home, he would have to hit the reset button and then it would connect.
Right.
Okay.
But as it sits right now, it's just sitting there waiting for somebody to tell it what to connect to.
Right.
And it will do that forever. And when he goes back home,
Right.
it will do the same thing to him.
See, that's actually what you see on here is what you see on here. Same thing.
Yeah.
So it's actually waiting for me to configure the Wi-Fi connection now. Hello. You said it is Netgear,
Neck years,
and I need a.
there's no password.
Okay. Let's see if it. I've never tried with no password.
It'll work. It should work. Should.
Yeah, that's right.
Marcus, can I take picture of you showing this?
Okay.
He's documenting everything.
If you insist.
And there's
No, it's for using the.
So now it's
Have you
now,
used the
now it's
picture
waiting
of
for
the-
over the air. It's waiting for over the air.
there it
Oh,
is.
there it is. Yeah, and it's gone.
Oh, he
Too
made
late.
nice, pretty big fonts and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Actually, that's playing for my garage. Actually, I have an analog clock in there that never can keep time. it's horrible. So I was like, okay,
Are you planning to put this in your garage?
this is going in the garage. It's going in the garage. I have a clock in there already, but it's analog and it's like you buy one of those little cheap things from Kmart. You know, I'm going back in.
No wonder it doesn't work.
That's right.
And this is the web time, right?
Everybody here is old enough to know Kmart, so that's I don't feel
You are
bad.
using a time server.
No, this particular one uses Google. The guy, and I didn't feel like going in and change it. I just said I'll use it. But he's using Google, and what did he say? Every once in a while it'll connect back up. But even if it doesn't find the Google, like I can, if the Wi-Fi's gone, it'll just keep the time as it keeps.
Okay.
But every
Use
once in
the
a while it'll go
slide.
sync it, and I can forget the time frame. But it's like every 10 minutes or something like that. It'll go sync with Google, and then it'll update the time.
Nice.
Yeah, but otherwise, if I basically took out the code that actually did the Wi-Fi connection, and it'll actually keep the time.
I like how
Oh.
it moves up from the bottom.
Yeah, did you? Yeah,
I saw it
It
doing
scrolls
it.
up from the. Oh, and you asked the question. It'll also show the date.
Yeah,
Eventually.
it
Did it
just-
already?
it
do it?
just did.
Yeah.
And I was going to make a comment. It stopped.
I
So what you need to do
Exactly.
is add 64 spaces to it, and it'll scroll off the rest of the screen.
Yeah, what I wanted to do though, what happens is it actually scrolls and it keeps the date, the year. What I wanted to do is hold the date there, because that's really what you can. I mean, I already, you remember what year it is, but if it keeps the date there for a little while, that'll help. So you have to sort of sit there. Okay, once it'll go to 11, you sit there and say, okay, the date's coming soon. And it's about 20 seconds or
But-
something like that.
You could always just drop the year off
Altogether.
altogether.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and again, it's you know how it goes. I mean, you shoot, you gotta
You
shoot
used
the
to change slow.
you got to shoot the developer at some point and get it out there. It's like,
I do like how it scrolls up from the
yeah,
bottom though.
it gives it a little more flair to it. Did you see it? How it scrolls up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's like one of those old school clocks.
nice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Flip clock.
The
I
flip
like
clock, the old school
Oh,
analog
did you see
flip
the way-
clock.
When are you planning to launch this to the market?
to the market, all right. And nope.
Real
Yeah.
wood,
Get Marcus. to-
old-fashioned displays.
Marcus needs to make all the little boxes, and we'll just
I
start
know.
making all these.
Hey, you know what? Actually, I am kind of proud of the box.
I like that box.
because I actually slotted it. I got a table saw,
I saw.
and I slotted because I kept on thinking, what am I do? And I thought about putting a frame, mounting it, and then putting the little pieces on the front to make it look good in the front. It's like, dang, I'm not
I
that
like
good.
that, yeah.
I'm not that good with wood, so it's like, oh, I could slot those, and
This is not also for the PCB.
Actually, the PCB is all of this is
No,
connected.
the display. I mean,
No,
you
not
have two slots. One for the
no, it's just one.
one.
The display is actually yes. If I had a screwdriver, if you take these 4 screws off, the whole thing the display is actually mounted
Okay. Yeah, I see.
It's actually mounted to the board.
Okay.
So that's actually there's 2 screws. Yeah, you see those 2 screws right here? Those have those little standoffs to the board
keep
here.
the-
so
okay.
it keeps it in place. But
yeah.
so anyway, that's
Nice.
the clock.
That looks like it's much nicer than that 3D printing, because I had to take each one of those modules off and sand them down a little bit to get them to fit in that 3D
Yeah.
printer.
You
And
know
I-
what? There are the bamboo boxes that are for the silverware in the kitchens.
Okay.
The bamboo.
Okay.
They have a pretty nice shape to put stuff inside, and have some kind of resist around to put a plexiglass on it.
Okay, right.
They looks pretty nice. They cost $4.
Where's that at?
In Target and in Lowe's. They have
Oh, really?
bamboo boxes in different shapes.
Are they already
You put
boxed?
inside the drawer, for your silverware.
You can't get like the individual strips like like a furring strip or something like that you can like get and just so you can cut it to your size. You know what I'm saying? So it comes it's already a box.
You can
Yeah, it's
get
already a box.
good
2
sized
inches,
strips of bamboo for
2
flooring.
inches deep,
That's good. Oh,
and different dimensions.
that's actually a good point. Yeah. So anyway, let me plug this in.
Dun dun dun. Now it's red.
Yeah,
Ooh.
right, red.
Really, bro?
Now it's here in a second. It's going to pop right up and tell you. It now it wants you to connect.
Yeah.
So it's that fast.
It'll-
It times out.
It'll stay there. It'll stay there forever. But that's the problem. And the only reason the only reason I did that is because when I was testing, it's like, how do I know? How do I know what it's doing? I don't even know what it's doing. So I had a light flashing in the back to tell me it was like a double. It was like hitting that light, that integrated light in there. It was like I have it like displaying twice. So
He's
asked for
got a
this.
password.
I got a display. Why don't I use it? So
He's got a password on it. He doesn't want people to mess around.
the password is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, the funny thing about it, I probably forgot. Oh, it's actually, I think.
So at this point, it's wiped out the original setup.
No, I believe if you're at home and you hit the reset button, it
Yeah,
will be fine.
it hasn't wiped it out yet. It won't wipe it out until it actually goes through and it's successful. But right now, if I reset it now and it was at home, it would go.
So if this was in a store or something, and
Wi-Fi
the Wi-Fi
went
went
down.
down because of a power outage,
It
you
would be
can power
fine.
cycle this and it should come back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's actually a manager that I've seen. It's not the same manager that we're using, but there is a manager where you can hold like 5 different.
No, really.
So, you bring it down here to the library. That's 1. You
Mhm.
have it at home. That's 2, and you would have 3 more left. That
Marcus, look, this,
Oh, yeah.
they have different sizes.
it's
Yeah, I would,
storing.
yeah, you can also cut them. You know,
It
you can buy
stores
it and
that
then cut it
information in part of the
and
file
sort of
system.
make what you want.
Yeah. that's
this
true.
one has
So-
the right size for.
I mean, as long as you've
Yeah,
got
that one right
a
there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
file
that's not bad
system,
price.
This
Is
is
you're not using it.
All
9
all
by
of it.
3 inches.
You can create
3
something
by
that
9.
has like a small list of access
Leroy
points.
screwed me up. Now I had to reset it because Leroy took my.
Like a recess.
I didn't mean it. I
That's
didn't-
okay. I'll just, it doesn't matter.
I was messing.
How long does it take to get those?
But
that's a Lowe's, huh?
Yeah, what was that?
that manager's based on this manager, but the guy realized, it wipes it out, so why don't we create a small list?
Yeah.
And he limited it to like 5 access
So
points
lid
because
is
he
fast
said
to fit
he
in there,
wanted
yeah.
That should be enough.
Well, yeah, he was like, I still want to be able to use the file system for something,
Yeah.
and you're not really using a whole lot of room to.
Did
to
it bring
do
up
that.
Did it bring up the?
It did at one point.
Oh, it might as well bring up the web page.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't actually connect to it. I just clicked on it.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's weird. It's not bringing up the web page. What's wrong with that? Leroy, you'll have enough time. Good. So I may not do this because it's not. But actually, I do want to. I want to show the display.
it's not working quite the way it's supposed to.
No.
Well, that's because it's a demo and we're at the library.
Yeah.
Why would anything actually work right?
Try. Okay, let's try this.
Robot Wars. This is
Oh,
mine.
okay. There we
Oh.
go.
Yours is mechanical, and yours would probably win.
But it won't chase you very far.
Ah! I don't really like that.
This is for 4 packs of batteries.
There we go.
They're 7.2 volt each. So
Two
it's
good sized batteries in each. Two good sized cells.
And how much was the price of the cost? 100?
100.
200? I don't
It
know.
was. That's a $400
Okay,
robot.
because usually this
Come on,
costs
baby.
more than 100.
There it is. Is that it? No.
Yeah, that was.
It's
should-
It's
hopefully-
decided. It's decided to be Henri. It has it.
Yeah, as they say, the demo gods are not working today. Yellow. Alright, one more time. What the heck?
This is all part of the demo. This is part of the being creative with
Ah! Okay, let me leave my laptop. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's going. It's almost going.
up
It's go. See that?
work
Oh, it is
work
going.
deliberate
Oh, you gotta deliberate.
practice. Concentrate.
These are. Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
So you
I'm one
you
of-
give yourself some motivation up
Yeah, I'm
there.
one of those guys. I'm one of those weird persons. Yeah, it's deep work, deliberate practice, all that stuff.
Is there a new channel that can go there? It's small enough in the high lines of news, you know.
No, what do you mean? I'm not.
There is a service that delivers streams with
yeah.
the headlines of the
Exactly.
news to put there.
Exactly, and that's absolutely the point about this is that you can put in anything you want to put. You just go get it and you can put it in there. So yeah, that's my daughter has a storefront, and I was like, oh, you can use this in the storefront. You know,
Entertainment for people waiting
Yeah.
for something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could put whatever. I mean, you could do whatever.
All right, I am done. Thank you guys for putting up
Thank
with
you.
me.
Good job.
McNam wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Chinese company. They definitely
Maybe
did
I
not
will copy
spell
one
it.
of those projects.
Yeah, and actually, I got
That's
everything.
the idea.
Everything.
Trying to
Yeah,
avoid
everything's out
copyright
there.
infringement?
What did he ask? Oh, you
I
asked
don't
for
know.
the display, the green.
The green display.
displays.
I don't know what I asked.
Yeah.
I would assume it just the part
You just
number
want
dash
the one that
G
is
for
hard to
green,
find.
Y for yellow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they don't
Dash
even.
R.
Do they have?
I'm on. I go to AliExpress.
AliExpress.
I did not find them. Okay, whatever.
I gave them my email address.
And you're sorry you did.
Of course, there it goes. Okay, so that actually
Big
worked really
flywheel there.
really good. So the joystick, when it boots up first, it goes into joystick mode, and it sends off a little picture of what the LiDAR's seeing.
Oh, yeah.
So that actually is working
Yes,
pretty good.
It's live.
Okay, all right.
Very cool.
Okay, you got to start over here.
Okay,
Okay, so what is purchased as the LiDAR part?
the LiDAR is the spinning.
Okay, I know that, but okay, so you bought.
The whole pass that thing around. It's
This is
Okay.
the remote.
It's a LiDAR bot. Okay.
so it comes with the remote. The remote and the bot are talking ESP now,
Okay.
which
Really?
yes, and they did a variant. I've got to look at their code because you hold this button down and it starts broadcasting its IP address, its MAC address,
Yeah.
and you hold this button down and it receives the MAC address, and then you hit another button and it says connected and it's done. Which I said, that is ingenious because now there's no more hard coding ESP. Now,
Exactly.
crappled.
I'll
So-
stay tuned.
Yeah, I got to really look at how they did that.
Do you have to do something to tell this get ready to receive a Mac?
Yeah, it's the same button.
Okay.
So you hold the button down for 30 seconds or something, and it does it. And I just was like, 'cause that was one reason why I didn't like ESP
Right.
now, because they have to be.
You got hard coded in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this robot runs about $400. I got it on sale for $300 plus $65 to have it shipped. It actually it took them a while to ship it. I think that's because they were testing it to make sure that it
This
works.
is all new. Was it a Kickstarter?
No, this came from M5.
Oh, right. You ordered a
But
few
they test all their stuff out before they ship the stuff.
You ordered a few things from M5.
Oh, I
man.
love M5. M5.
Yeah.
I'm starting to.
Creating a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah. It was on AliExpress and it was on sale for $300, and I said, click.
I know I shouldn't, but okay, too late. That's right.
Well, here's
It's too late.
here's the kicker of it. They had a bunch of stuff on sale at the same time, and I went, well, let's just put all this in the cart. How much is it? Oh, it's $430. What did I save? Nothing. I got a bunch of stuff, but I didn't save anything. So anyway, it showed up a couple of days ago, and I really haven't dug into the code much. it's got some interesting features.
Wow. Responsive.
So you've got if you hold the A button down, you can get it to do the shuffle, the crab walk. But that's not the most interesting part.
It's an autonomous.
Yeah. So the software that comes preloaded, which I think is why it took them a little while to ship it, because they tested everything. It's got the maze that's in the way. So if it
Nice. Wow.
so the problem is once it gets too close, and it's looking for an opening.
Yeah, this is interesting. Let's see.
But the whole time that it's doing it,
Wow.
you can see how it's
Yeah.
updating the screen and everything. So
Oh, you think it's You think it's memorizing the?
no.
Oh,
It just
okay.
switched from left hand to right hand.
Probably. It's because if we
Yeah. See if it'll go out. You want to see if it'll go out this? You might.
oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Careful.
Oh yeah. All right, Jimmy. Stop him, Jimmy.
Your hand's lower than the.
Okay, just grab him. Just grab him. Just grab him. Turn
Yeah,
him.
we do not want
We
him
don't want.
running
Yeah,
off
we
the
don't want to
table.
drop that off. Here, grab him. Okay, he's back. He's back. He's
Here he
back.
comes.
He's back.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm panicking because it costs $300. It's $400.
It's $400 now.
Yeah.
It's not on sale anymore.
Yeah. So
And the friendship.
Yeah.
The friendship of Roy.
yeah, we don't.
Olga.
I'm coming to your house. I'm taking all your IoT stuff.
Exactly.
I'm surprised in this when it comes to something that it doesn't strafe or whatever you call it.
I don't know why they programmed
Oh,
it
yeah.
to turn
Got you.
like this. I
Yeah.
really don't. It was surprising to me what they.
Well, you know
It-
what?
it was
So
actually-
is the remote keeping up with what it sees?
It was at the house, but it's not now, and I'm not real sure why. So the remote was actually doing.
Yeah, and it just switched from right to left.
Yeah.
You have a Roomba that doesn't clean.
Right.
Oh, you mean turning?
hmm
Oh, okay.
Well, it's following right now. But
Okay.
if it turns, okay, so now it's gone to left-hand
right,
rule. It's
right.
following the wall on the left.
This particular algorithm that it's using is called the maze
Mm-hmm.
algorithm. So it's actually trying to solve the maze.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
obviously this isn't a maze, so it's probably inside that algorithm. Since
You
I
have
haven't
the-
dug into it
the
much.
Battery level there.
Oh, the battery's dead. That's probably why it's. But since I haven't really dug into the software much on this, I don't know if it's automatically switching left hand, right hand, or if it's
Mm-hmm.
doing something.
He's getting ready to do it, buddy.
That offset on the wall,
Yeah.
they took the wall.
Yeah, that's that battery. The battery
Yeah,
hanging out there.
I'm not particularly happy with
Yeah.
the original version of
Nice though, like that.
the original version of this robot had the batteries actually connected to the board. So this is the second version, probably because people said that it was hard to get the batteries on and off.
Mm-hmm.
So they added an extra long cable to it. But the extra long cable seems like it also causes some issues. So, I don't know.
Have you let it run the batteries down?
No,
You haven't?
no.
But you play with it at home too, and so it's been running for a while.
Actually, I charged the batteries up
Oh,
last night, so because I knew I was.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that cool? That is cool.
It is doing stuff. How are you, Aiden?
Good.
That's good. This is Aiden. just in case anybody didn't know.
What's your last name, Mr. Aiden?
Sky.
Say, duh, Dad.
Same as yours. That's what he should have said. Same as yours.
Name is yours, exactly.
Sometimes parents forget and they just need
Yeah, that's
somebody
right.
to remind them.
That's right. I just have to ask my son how old I was. It's like,
So,
oh, come on.
So I really haven't dug much into the code of how this actually works, because this is relatively new.
Now, what processors on there?
ESP32. There's also a slave Atmega 328.
Oh, for the motor.
Yeah. Well, I think it's doing motor. I think it's
And the
Oh,
lights
LiDAR,
and probably
LiDAR,
everything.
yeah.
It's using that just for all the I/O.
Nice.
That's the camera right there.
that is a camera right there. Yep.
Stand on his computer.
That's a
So this is your LiDAR mechanical?
yeah.
Cool.
Those are McNam wheels.
Yeah. According to the box, they're McNam wheels. Come here. Stop.
McNam.
I could grab it.
McNam wheels.
But they're consistent. They got it on every side.
So that's why you can't find these, because if you try
That's
to
right.
find McNam wheel robots, forget
LiDAR
it.
bot. How much did this LiDAR bot cost you?
The hard question.
$30.
times a bunch.
Wow.
It was on sale for $300.
Wow. And you paid that?
I did.
He wanted it.
No kidding.
It's normally $400.
Okay, can I pick it up and drop it?
No, you could pick it up. I would prefer.
That is a heavy bot.
I would prefer you not drop it.
That is a really heavy bot. Wow. I'm
Of course,
really.
Of course, you
Crap,
know.
he's gonna be knocking one of those off. But look out.
I would prefer.
It's,
Why do you judge me like that?
We know you.
It's
You
Lego
know me, huh?
compatible,
because I have that.
so it's
And it's
got
more
the little
sticky.
pins for all the Lego stuff. Yeah, I mean it's a.
Play on tight.
I think it's well built.
I agree. That's why I'm
For-
looking at it.
for-
so
for-
close.
Except that it's
for-
blocked for the rear.
You know what though?
We
I
have
don't know why
some
you need it.
inventions
I mean,
that are way
it's going to
better
assume that the
than
front
we
is
put in
Yeah.
in one direction. I don't know why you
But
care.
if they had lowered the screen, then it could be a touch screen too. I sense
I
a
kind of
finger.
want to see.
I sense a new model coming out soon, because they will have they did come out with a touchscreen model of that.
You can make a software to avoid
That's
people
cool.
trying to turn off the. He moves away all the time from anything that go close to the
Yeah,
on-off button. Is in a weird.
that's really
Yes, you know,
that's really
instead
my
of being-
only real complaint
On the
is
top, it's right in the front.
Yes.
the on-off button is in the wrong spot. It's really my only real complaint. I mean,
Whatever. Okay, so what's the what's down here?
I could make
LEDs.
this more straight.
they're just NeoPixels.
They're just pixels.
Yeah,
There's no receivers. They're just emitters.
Right.
RGB.
RGB.
That's cool. What's supposed to be right there? Oh, that's for Lego crap.
Legos, yeah.
Lego crap. Okay.
So
And that's just a LiDAR unit.
yeah,
Mm.
and it looks like they're probably NEMA 15, NEMA 13 stepper motors.
I could make it more straighter. I could.
Do what? What?
I could make it more straighter.
More straighter?
From Amazon.
The,
It's made
It's surprisingly heavy. Did you
Yeah.
pick it up?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like
Somebody just cut one sheet.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
I kind
Made
of
them
want to.
the size of the steps.
Right.
Now what are those NEMA 13s? Steppers? They're small steppers. They're not big. But that's what those are.
So we take that apart and put it on a bigger bot.
Any idea about how many minutes it'll run with that battery set?
With those motors, not many.
I don't know. It was running for a while. This is the thing that always gets me. They put crappy batteries in.
They sell this thing alone also.
Yeah, that's just a faces. It's a you know that faces unit that
Okay, yeah.
yeah, that's all that is with a joystick face instead of a
And the battery is
in
the
here,
joystick
yeah.
or-
yeah. And the battery died. I had that thing fully charged.
Very well done. This thing, right? Oh, I just love
Wait a second, Marcus is
We
running
get
off
to
with it.
figure out things that are
It's hard to decide how to pick it up.
Yeah, that's it.
You have all the IO.
Stout little
Yeah.
thing.
I could make
Wait a
that.
minute, you didn't even ask him if you could pick it up and drop it.
Yeah, I didn't drop it. I did not drop it. I made sure I didn't drop it. When I hear $300, $400, it's like I'm making sure I don't drop it.
Okay.
And it's Leroy's.
And it's
Yeah, I
Leroy.
know.
That's like $800 bucks.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
That's like $800 in Steve
Oh,
money.
good lord! I am not that bad.
There you are.
Hey,
I
we
will.
got some plastic projects that are bigger than that.
Oh,
And when the they're like battle blocks. When they roll, it spins. The
cool,
blade spins.
cool.
It doesn't. It's not made out of metal. It's just all plastic.
Those are your battle bots from
Oh, like the Vex,
Vex.
things. Yeah.
He has
Vex
every
motors.
one of the Vex motors. Vex NEMA 8 and NEMA 11. And then goes to NEMA 17. They don't have a 12, 13, or 15.
Oh.
They have a NEMA 8, NEMA 11.
Well,
NEMA
then that's
17.
got to be an 8. Those are pretty small.
No, that would be a 0.8
No,
inch
that would be a NEMA 17.
bolt
It could.
circle. Yeah, I think that's a 17, 1.7 inch bolt circle.
I think there's a NEMA
Oh.
17s.
Okay. I don't know. I think they're smaller.
Maybe
than
the
that.
11.
This costs so much, you might be afraid to take it apart.
I'm not going to take it apart.
Oh, come on, Leroy.
I did take that apart, but
And now it doesn't stay charged.
So you can't buy anything over $300 anymore. That's it.
that's what my wife said.
That's right, exactly.
I kind
That's
of want
right.
to keep.
'Cause you-
But it's worse, Marcus, because they put stuff on sale. I just spent the same amount of money. It's just I bought more stuff.
if you won't take it apart, you can't just. What are you gonna do? You just set it on the mantle now and look at it. After you rip apart the software, after you reverse engineer the software.
I really want to see how it works with the The software is kind of impressive, if you ask me. But I'm thinking because of the size of that one might make a good one to do the RFID indoor navigation.
Yeah. I was thinking if you could take apart the LiDAR part
Yeah.
and actually put it on something else.
Well-
that's like a bigger bot.
But I've got like 3 of those LiDARs.
You got it.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it. Oh my gosh!
I've got like 3 of those LiDARs that came out of the Nito robots that I haven't used yet. So
Oh, well, that might be a thing that say, okay, if you reverse engineer that, you can maybe utilize
Yeah.
that same code for at least
Hey.
some of the code.
I can buy.
If you measure from center bolt hole to center bolt hole, right here,
you think
wide,
those are 17s?
that would be 1.7,
Okay.
which makes it a NEMA 17.
Okay.
No, it'd be across the shaft.
Okay, I'm reading the definition right here.
That's the bolt circle diameter.
Big.
1.1 inches square.
Anybody else want to look at this box before I throw it in the box?
This number here.
Okay.
They have
See that?
I see what
So
you
they-
got to me.
They
Wait
even,
for it.
They
2.3
even,
inches square.
they even
Which
have a
says-
real nice box, and it's packaged well too.
I have to look into that
It's
in my
across
stack.
diagonal
M5
bolts,
stack.
not across side by side.
I was skeptical about them at first, and then somebody did a project based on another project that I did, And I bought one, and I was like, ever since I bought them, I'm just like, these things are so cool, and they're not cheap, but
Right.
they just work.
High tech stuff, man.
It just works, and I like them. So
Seeing
I'll
that,
find
I'm
something
kind of
practical
curious
to
if
do
you could
with it.
use a cheap $8 barcode scanner as a four-man's LiDAR.
That's right, you're practical, Mr. Practical.
Yeah, I got up. It's got.
Maybe.
Yeah.
that wouldn't go very
Yeah,
far,
exactly.
though, would it?
I don't know, what's the range on this?
I don't know. I'd have to play it.
I'd expect 10 feet at least.
I don't know.
Spin it up now, see if you can see a wall. Or is
Where is it?
You know what I do?
It's in
I'll
joystick
keep that
mode.
first.
I would think it was.
When it first starts. So it doesn't see the
What?
wall, but it does see.
it sees my belly. that round thing there.
See something way over there.
Here.
There's my
That's
hand.
Jim.
Okay, follow the box.
Yep, I got the box.
You got it.
I got the box.
Still got it.
Got it.
Still got it.
You're off the screen.
Okay. Okay.
So 5 feet.
Oh, so, yeah. So, but we're off the screen. That doesn't mean it's not sensing it.
Yeah.
It just means it's off the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it went all the way up to the edge of the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I would think.
So at least a meter. Probably real reliable for a meter. Huh.
Yeah. 3.5 foot.
Warning.
Right there. Nope. You've
Too close.
too close.
close.
Right in here is. Because you got to remember it's light, so if it's going too fast, it can't read it. So it's
Does it see
it's right
shiny
in.
things better?
No, actually, it sees shiny things worse.
Huh. Okay.
I can probably drive.
That's because
So I guess my screen absorbs
It
IR,
absor- yeah.
It's
probably
absorbing it,
Yeah.
which explains why it's always so hot.
So,
How
what do
much
you?
is this?
That is $9 trillion. Do you have $9 trillion?
No.
Okay.
How,
2 of those is equivalent to every car I've had for years now.
how much does it weigh?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I love
It's
cheap cars.
40 pounds? No, it's not 40 pounds.
It's solid.
It's solid.
That's, you're going from
How we were
electric-
playing tennis balls with Max, we're gonna play robots with Leroy. Just throw the robot around.
I can at least pick that up. I'm at least 4 pounds.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm 4 pounds.
Okay.
40.
I'm 6.
I figured you'd have him in kilos.
The man,
Well,
I
the
18 and
law
a half.
does measure children in pounds right up until they on the seats and everything.
the manifest had this, I think, at 45 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's what it said, but I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
Definitely wrong.
I think that's what it said. That probably explains why it.
Turn that one over, maybe.
We're watching you. We're watching you, Leroy.
He needs to sell those blocks, you know, with the whole triangle.
No.
I thought it was because I left the. I thought
Maybe
it was,
it's in there backwards.
I thought it was because I left the batteries on it, but that's not it either. So, whatever. What do you got, Ray?
John,
How's your Wi-Fi link working?
it's on hold. It's not because of me and my equipment. The building that is down the main road, Verity, that building is 601 North Verity, and my tenant decided to move out 5 months early.